I'm Scott, and this is episode 32 of What Makes This Map Great. This is the series where we take a deep dive into some classic games that hold a special place in my gaming heart. We're going to explore their amazing level design, beautiful art, creative combat encounters, as well as uncover their secrets and see just how much they've influenced the gaming world. And in this episode, we're covering Doom E1M2. Nuclear Plant. Nuclear Plant is the second map of the first episode in Doom, Knee Deep in the Dead. And this awesome map is brought to us by the Ledge himself, John Romero. If the first map taught you how to move and shoot in a horseshoe-shaped level, well, this map tests you to see if you actually learned the lesson. This second map is still kind of a horseshoe-shaped map, but it adds a lot more branching paths and even includes a maze made of UAC computers. And the diminishing light tech of id Tech 1, the Doom engine, it made things super creepy back in '93. Most of us first-timers back then dreaded going into this maze. Also, this map is the first one to introduce key cards, which is like a classic staple gameplay design of the 90s. You'll need that red key card in order to progress through the map. We also have plenty of monsters to blast and some challenging combat encounters. You can expect to fight zombie men, shotgun guys, and imps. There are a total of 6 secrets in this level, and we'll make sure to cover them as they hold some very useful pickups, including some new additions to your weapon arsenal. Let's not waste any more time. Let's dive right in. We enter the nuclear plant, and on ultra-violence difficulty, it's a hot start. But for Doom Guy, it's just another Thursday. Shotgun wrecks these zombie men. Barrels of fun. If you know, you know. This imp thinks he's tough. Eat lead. It's clear. Brown metal paneling, metallic hexagon tiles, and the cold gray cement brick ceiling makes this place feel like a military science facility. There's a nice balance between structured and tech. Moving towards the center, we see the ceiling raise up to show off computer-like interfaces. Notice the way the lighting is affecting the flooring and the stairs, directly underneath the light sources from above. Nice detail. This center hall has some digital displays, and further down we see a green armor inviting us forward, which sits within an alcove of computers and various tech interfaces. This starting room also flexes the capabilities of the Doom engine. We have elevated flooring, various light sources with some having unique behaviors, orthogonally shaped rooms. It's worth mentioning that even the ceiling changes height. The starting section feels a bit tighter, but as you make your way down either side, the elevation of the roof opens up a bit more, creating some space. The pillars are a nice touch too. Helps add some structural design, all while providing gameplay cover options. Also, it's worth bringing up a tech feature here. The Doom engine was infamous for its diminishing lighting. You get some long view distances here, and the light seems to gradually get dimmer as you look out. And pair that with the sound of zombie men and imps off in the distance, such a frightening experience. Immediately, we're given several options to explore. The first level of Doom was fairly simple in its navigation. But this map makes it a bit more complicated. I'll take you through my preferred gameplay path. I like to go left from the start and use this lift. We're provided some ammo and health. The green metal wall paneling always made me think of danger going up. Maybe because we see this texture used with acid rooms. From here, we work our way to the center. There's a red door to the left. It's locked, requiring the red keycard. This map introduces the keycard mechanic, a staple game design feature for this era of gaming. Let's move towards the center feature of the room. This short hall branches to the side. The blue carpet, for some reason, just looks techie to me. Fits well with the setting. Take this lift up, and we get a shotgun with some ammo. The red lighting texture overhead visually enforces the threat of this weapon. The threat to your enemies, that is. If you missed the shotgun secret in E1M1, this would be your first time collecting it. Making our way back out, and continuing to the opposite side of this large room, we have a secret nearby. See this mismatching wall texture? Open it, and you found a secret, providing supplies and a backpack. Backpack is very nice. Allows you to carry more ammo. Pressing this button will also give us access to another secret. We'll get there in a little bit. Back out, and we really have two ways to go. Both are doors that lead to the same section of this map. I like to go left. Upon opening, we ambush a zombie man. Love the pump shotty. This hall is tall and narrow. Normally would make me uneasy, but the ascending staircase leads to a well-illuminated space with windows looking out at the Phobos Mountains. That's nice. And look, the wall provides access to the outer courtyard of this base. Remember that button we pressed? Stepping out, you find a secret. Time for some pump shotty action. Dodge, blast, repeat. Who's peeking up there? Headshot. That's all of them. This space is massive and very open. There's a large gathering of shoddy zombie men out here. Maybe they were enjoying the view and some fresh air before this place went to hell. Thankfully, this secret is extremely rewarding. We have a blue sphere here, the Mega Health, which tops your health up by 100. Some armor and health bonuses are placed along the wall to entice you to follow them all the way to this back corner, where you are provided a chain gun with some ammo. Choose through ammo, but so useful against large groups of zombie men and imps. Okay, we return back to the hall with the ascending staircase, and continuing up, quick chain gun test on these guys, and we encounter an awesome room. This area leans hard on the tech side of things. The walls consist of tons of tech wiring and piping, an uncomfortable sight for anyone who enjoys PC cable management. But the view is great from up here, overlooking the courtyard secret outside. If you hadn't discovered the prior secret with the button, it would just raise your curiosity. Seeing these zombie men out there, you'd be trying to figure out how to access that space. A contrasting opposite side features computer interfaces and digital screens. Interesting choice in placing some of these on the ceiling, right at the top of the steps too. suspend your disbelief. Have you ever been to a science facility on Phobos? I didn't think so. And maybe this is why the blue carpet pairs so well with the tech textures of Doom. These small alcoves have these circular blue LED surfaces. The displays even use the same hue of blue, just helps tie it all together. But most importantly, the red keycard is here. This was a nice little detour to get the keycard. Rewarding. Now, we can return back to the main starting area and open the red door. Down the opposite staircase, open the door, and straight through the starting area. We encounter the red door. Open it, and we get jumped by zombie men. Make them dance with the chain gun. Here, we have a branching path. To the left, we can see an ascending staircase at the end of the hall. But I like what Romero did with the hallway to the right. The most obvious pull to bring players this way is the blinking blue light strips on either side. But there's also the subtle peak of an acid grate in the distance, both creating visual interest. Going right, we take out the imp across the way and are presented with a dangerous acid room. The green metal paneling texture is used here along the perimeter. Remember what I said earlier about it? It's always paired with acid spaces. I also like the use of visual storytelling. A pile of gibs sits on this island. Makes me think it's the remains of the dead imp's last meal. But this island hides something. The only hint inviting you to investigate it is seeing this small medkit to the left. And I didn't think so on my first run on this map back in the day, but it's totally worth taking a little damage from the acid. Some more bullets and a button just out of sight, which opens a wonderful secret. Let me show you. Pressing the button, we hear a door open nearby. Back to the main hall, and the wall to our left has opened. Firing our gun alerts every zombie man within this new area. They come creeping from around corners and even down these dark, strobing hallways. Eventually, they stop, but that's not all of them, as we can hear more in the distance, waiting in the dark to ambush us. We get some wonderful sector lighting work for the entryway of this memorable maze. Transitioning from a well-lit space, the light diminishes and gives way to dark shadows and malfunctioning lights at the end of these halls. Back in 1993, this was a terrifying experience. We have so many branching paths going through here, and with that terror lingering in our minds, it made it extremely challenging. But by today's standards, this is just a fun series of halls to shotgun a bunch of pixelated monsters. Quick break. If you're enjoying the work that I'm doing here on this channel, make sure to like, sub, do all of the YouTube stuff. I'm a small channel, and your support is greatly appreciated. Let's keep going. Now, Doom has an auto map feature, which is extremely useful for finding your way around maps or even looking for secret hints. As you can see, this is what the maze looks like once you fully explored it. It's quite complicated, and this auto map would be so helpful in finding your way out of here. I won't be showing every corner of this maze, but I'll demonstrate the path I like to take, as well as showcase points of interest worth talking about. Additionally, consider this a strobe warning. For those of you sensitive to strobing, blinking lights, you may want to skip ahead to the next chapter, or look away and just listen to my narration. I'll say when the strobing portion of this video is done. You've been warned. Let's go right and branch to this tight right hall. Great time for the shotgun in these close quarters. Love barrels. We get some ammo and health here. Backtrack to the maze again. Let's do a quick breakdown. Such a creepy atmosphere, especially with the sound of monsters throughout this maze. It looks like this could be a server room with all of these massive supercomputers essentially creating walls and hallways. The demonic invasion has damaged the power supply of this nuclear plant, taking them offline, as well as the lights. And there are a few key details about this maze. You see a lot of the same tech textures, but this giant blue tech texture above doorways are subtle signs saying, "Exit here." Even the familiar green metal paneling can be seen just ahead. A tip for this maze: from the start, just keep following the right wall. This will take you all the way through, as well as uncover 2 hidden secrets in this place. First one, the maze height lowers, creating a tight short hall up ahead. Even the red overhead lights here create a soft pulse, a nice break from the uncomfortable strobing. You'll have your hands full with 2 imps. Shotgun puts in the work. The barrels are always a good option too. Now, some secrets cannot be opened by hand. This one opens by shooting the wall. And you found a secret. Tough secret to find. There aren't any visual clues outside of maybe these pickups being stacked in front of it. You're almost expected to accidentally find it by shooting at an imp and missing, hitting the wall. Anyhow, this long hall not only provides some pickups, but another secret. The third pickup going up the stairs, the wall to the right. A shiny metal strip here is the clue, almost forming a door frame. Open it, and you found a secret, providing more armor bonuses. Continuing on, we also find this well-lit room up the stairs. This dead Marine wasn't so lucky. Probably got shot down by these zombie men. These tech pillars look cool, but also frame our next newest addition to the arsenal, the chainsaw. It's also a welcome sight to see the Phobos Mountains again. Large open windows make it look grand and epic. A contrasting experience from the tight halls of the maze. And there's a red button, which you can guess what it does. Let's find out. Threats are down. Pressing the red button, we see the chainsaw pillar lower, and the acid around it drains out. It's ours. I love when Doom Guy finds a new weapon. He gets this evil grin. Okay, back to the maze. And like I said, we follow the right wall through. Here's where our next secret is. We get a couple clues too. Notice how this space doesn't feel as tight as the halls we just went through. We also see some white tech interfaces, a bit of a break from all the dark gray interfaces throughout. But the long wall we've been following has a noticeable break in its texture tiling. There are 2 strips of shiny metal right here, visually framing this part of the wall. Open it, and you found a secret, revealing a backpack. Okay, those are the parts of the maze I wanted to touch on. Going to zoom ahead to get back to the main gameplay path. Remember, just follow the right wall, and you'll make it to the end. This is also the end of our strobing lights section of the video. Should be good moving forward from here. Back to this familiar hallway. We only have one direction to go. Another demonstration of this engine stair tech, how it winds up and convincingly takes you up an entire level of this building. And we've got some friends waiting here. Notice the imp slide down the stairs? That's intentionally built code within the engine to make the action feel more cinematic. I love it. This nuclear plant must create a lot of waste with all of its energy requirements. But let's turn back as we almost missed this small alcove. It's an elevator leading down, providing some health and shotgun shells, as well as a view of the chainsaw room. Hell of a tease if you missed that secret. Made me run back and spam the use key on every wall in that damn maze. Back to this acid room. It's a hero room, in my opinion. The space uses orthogonal shapes for its perimeter, creating an interesting and unique design shape. By this point in the game, you should know acid hurts, but these poison texture signs are here to remind you again. And maybe UAC workers before everything went to shit. Also, the precarious walkway is mimicked with the ceiling shapes overhead. Nice to see variance in heights here. And we're almost to the end of the map. I like to think of this space as a sort of welcome to the upcoming challenges ahead. Up ahead, there are multiple large health kits and a box of shotgun shells. I always think of these as warnings for what's to come. And yeah, the moment you step on, you descend into an intense combat challenge. 3 zombie men and 2 imps await you here at the ground level, ready to tear you up. There are also 3 imps that act as fireball turrets on these upper platforms. You may have noticed going down the elevator, the left upper platform holds some pickups. We'll get to that after this encounter. These monsters are all guarding this single lever back here. Doom Guy loves to push buttons and pull levers. Let's rip and tear. These monsters are sloppy, hitting each other with their own attacks. We blast with our shotgun, dodge those fireballs from above as we pelt the last imps here. And the lever, not so fast. We have one final secret to uncover. Back up the elevator, to the right, notice the wall texture pattern is different here. Open it, and you found the last secret, providing some health and armor bonuses. A nice little arena. That was a tricky fight for us keyboard-only players back in the day. Drop down, and now we can pull the lever. The flanking walls open up, revealing 2 paths. I love the way these entryways are lit up. Creates a really nice lighting contrast in this dark room. It doesn't matter which way you take, they lead to the same destination. A wide and long descending staircase. And we see a familiar door texture, which means the exit is just on the other side. But the exit offers one final challenge. Another horde of zombie men, backed by an imp, and this room is tight compared to the prior one. We can see the exit sign dead center, but also piles of jibs litter the floor, as well as another dead Marine corpse. These monsters are savages. There's a large med kit and a barrel that could prove useful for this fight. With luck, these monsters will get into some infighting. Let's continue our mission and get out of this nuclear dump of a place. We're just too fast for these monsters. Beryl did some work and we took care of the rest. Once the mayhem is over, this is actually a nice room. I'm always a fan of open windows that look out into the grander location of this place. Wait, did you hear that? This final imp at the exit button has jump scared me before. We press the button. Score screen here, showcasing that cool overworld map for episode 1, Knee Deep in the Dead. Next up, Toxin Refinery. And yeah, this is another great map, and it also hides the secret level of episode 1. We'll make sure to cover this one in a future episode. So here's the part where we go over some quick trivia regarding our featured map. Some of you may be old enough to remember this, but this level was used in a promo video for Windows 95, and it is so good. Go YouTube it, it's hilarious. Bill Gates essentially cosplays as a badass, wearing a trench coat and carrying this toy shotgun. Yeah, trench coats were cool back in the 90s. Anyhow, he was green screened into the room where you find the red key card. Shotgun in hand, Bill's ready to rip and tear. So this one's new for me. An early version of E1M2 was actually used as the first level in the Doom press release beta. It also appeared as E1M8 in versions 0.4 and 0.5. Imagine experiencing nuclear plant that late into episode 1. So the music in this map, it's one of my favorite tracks in classic Doom. It's called Imp's Song, and it is inspired by a Metallica song that's called The Thing That Should Not Be. I can't play it here because I would get a copyright strike, but go and listen to it, and it's really just the intro of the song that it seems to be inspired from. You'll hear it. And most songs in classic Doom were heavily inspired by the music of that time period. A lot of metal and grunge. Bands like Alice in Chains and Pantera, for example. As a metal enjoyer myself, I know tons of these videos already exist out there. But it might be kind of fun to do a dive here on this channel myself, even if I can't monetize that video. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd all be interested in. And also, if you know any additional trivia you'd like to share regarding E1M2, please share it down in the comments as well. So, what makes Doom E1M2 Nuclear Plant a great map? Considering that this is the second map of the entire game, assuming that you're starting on episode 1, Knee Deep in the Dead, Nuclear Plant is the proper follow-up to the first map in every way. If Hangar is the introduction to Doom, Nuclear Plant is the exam that makes sure that you've learned all of the lessons up to this point. The difficulty is turned up. There's a lot more monster encounters in general, and they progressively get more challenging as you go through the map. The elevator leading down from the slime room is nasty, but it's doable with the exploding barrel nearby, and the way that the enemies are layered, there's a good chance that you're going to cause some infighting, and that's another valuable lesson in itself, to learn that if these monsters hit each other, they'll attack each other and save you some ammo. But just when you thought that was tough, there's also the final room to the exit, which is a very similar setup, but in a much more enclosed space. You also have a lot more branching paths in Nuclear Plant. You could technically follow the main gameplay path from the red keycard door, but you're going to miss out on a lot of cool stuff. Add in the introduction to the keycard mechanic, it makes navigating this map a challenge of memory to remember where you are at any given time. Speaking of complicated navigation, the maze. It's the main feature of this map, and it's hidden behind a button press that is easy to miss. You really get to experience the lighting effects of Tech 1 with its varying blinking and pulsing lights, as well as its diminishing lighting going down long halls. Pair that dark ambience with the sound of imps and zombie men lurking in the shadows. It was a truly terrifying experience. And while discovering the maze may seem like a secret, it's not an official one, but there are some wonderful secrets in this map. You're rewarded for exploring and having a keen sense for finding them. The Mega Health is a wonderful boon, and the chain gun is sweet for mowing down groups of enemies. And of course, the chainsaw, a trademark weapon of Doom. So good, it makes Doom Guy grin. Though, he grins anytime you pick up a weapon. And lastly, the map design and construction. There are some wonderfully shaped rooms with varying ceiling heights and orthogonally shaped walls. Those were key features that the Doom engine could do, and it was impressive. The balance of metal industrial with sci-fi tech is immersive, making it feel like you're in a secret science facility. And I just love it when a room has big open windows looking out at the Phobos Mountains. It's faked, but the way the lighting is simulated to look like outdoor lighting filling the interior is really cool. It also helps create contrast between the natural vista outside versus the hard surface sci-fi visuals. It's pretty obvious that John Romero made sure progression felt right with Nuclear Plant. This map taught us how to explore, dodge, shoot, and rip and tear our way out of a nuclear dump, making it a memorable classic, one that still holds up even today. Wow, you made it to the end. You're awesome. What are your thoughts on Doom E1M2 Nuclear Plant? Were you able to find the chainsaw the first time you played it? And how lost did you get in that maze? Share your stories down in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Also, I'm looking for more submissions for my Q&A series. If you have a question that you would like featured and answered, please make sure to leave it down in the comments section with the tag Frags and Coffee. And who knows, your question may be featured. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share it with friends, and subscribe for more Grit Gaming content. And if you're looking for more, check out this recommended video right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.